What's cracking lacking? What's cracking lacking? Today is October the 12th, Saturday, beautiful Saturday out here in Frisco. The fellas is gone, so I got the room to myself right now, And I just wanted to share some with y'all. Back in the day, I was a bad boy when it came to grabbing that mic back in the day. I done did it all from the house parties to the parks to the county jails, YAs, penitentiary. And there was a mic, I always had a good story to tell, right? But people, the other day I was talking about it, I used to be raw, and the dude looked at me like, come on, homie, you a little too old with the little Melly Mel and rapping Duke shit, you know what I mean? You need to go and play some bingo or do whatever, right? So I like, all right, there it is. So, right now I'm going to go on and bust this little song for you that I wrote back a couple of years ago called Dear God, I was inspired when I wrote the song after I heard the Tupac, Brenda's had a baby, so as you can see, it's been like some years ago when I wrote this. This one dude heard me rap one day, and he's like, man, can I draw some illustrations to that, man? I see the whole little picture as me flowing. I said, do your thing. And the boy got raw. He got cracking, right? So anyway, this is the album cover with the front of it that he had wrote. You know what I'm saying? As you can see the little illustrations, and I call it straight gutter. You know what I mean? As you can just see, that was me, standing in front of that judge, getting that 71 years to 5 life sentences, sentenced me to die up in prison and everything. And that's a little gang life in the bottom. I was a part of that, which I regret this day. A lot of young brothers was taken on both sides. That's the turf right there. That's Los Angeles. A little bootsy little drawing of Los Angeles, you know what I mean? That's me praying, trying to keep it thugging up in there on them level 4 yards. And this is just like every little sister, either aunties or whatever throughout the hood, that cracked is, towed back to the community, right? But anyway, the name of the song is called Dear God. I'm going to try to me or whatever. I don't think I'm good enough to go America's Most Talented or whatever, all these shows they got. But I'm going to go and entertain for y'all, right? So check it out. It said, Dear God, I'm trying to hold my head high. But what I'm seeing is enough to make a man cry. Because every day I wake up looking at the sky, saying damn to myself, what a day to die. Dear God, I'm trying to hold my head high. But what I'm seeing is enough to make a man cry. Because every day I wake up looking at the sky, saying damn to myself, what a day to die. Dear God, where there's hope, there's fear. And where there's dope, there's despair. The gutter didn't caught my tears. I gotta get away from here, dear God. So much pain inside. Sometimes I ask myself why. I tell you when it rains, it pours. I just can't do it no more. She's 13, a vision of a black queen. Little Alice had a mother was a dope fiend. And to top things off to make a situation bad, little Alice getting raped by a stepdad. So she comes up with a plan, she's gonna run away. That really had no place to go or stay. She met a girl named Brenda who was on the street. She showed Alice how she had to make them ends meet. You got to use what you got in this world, girl. She showed Alice how to make her little ass twirl. Now she turning more tricks than a fucking stray. On the streets every night trying to get paid. She breaks out one night in a cold sweat. Got rushed to a hospital in a black vet. She threw her life on the table trying to get paid. 15 years old, full-blown AIDS. Damn. Where there's hope, there's fear. And where there's dope, there's despair. The gutter didn't caught my tears. I gotta get away from here, dear God. So much pain inside. Sometimes I ask myself why. I tell you when it rains, it pours. I just can't do it no more. Another story about your little motherfucker. Everywhere they went together, people called them brothers. Lil Dave was the smallest of the two niggas, so he looked up to DJ like a brother figure. So one day, DJ comes up with a plot on how they going to get paid and jack a dope spot. Lil Dave kind of scared, but he did showed it, because if DJ had a plan, he was down for it. So the lick goes down, everything is straight. They made a clean getaway through the back gate. Lil Dave thinking, damn, because of his surprise, Big DJ had his gun pointed between his eyes. Big DJ had a plan to take the whole pie, but Lil Dave stood brave, held his head high. He heard the sounds of the blast and it was all over. Never knew he'd fall a victim to his own brother. Damn. Where there's hope, there's fear. And where there's dope, there's despair. The gutter didn't caught my tears. I gotta get away from here, dear God. So much pain inside. Sometimes I ask myself why. I tell you when it rains, it pours. I just can't do it no more, dear God. I just can't do it no more, dear God. I just can't do it no more, dear God. I just can't do it no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Now I'm putting extras on it now with the no more shit. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about that. You know what I'm saying? I put a little nice little beat to it. I'm thinking about my boy G Sleep, out there in Pasadena, doing this little thing. And he want me to get back in the studio with him. He like, man, come on, man, stop, I need you on these tracks and everything, right? So I'm considering it. I'm looking at this. I'm like, man, I think I really need to be playing some bingo or something, or reading the newspaper or something like that. So, y'all let me know what it is. You think like I still had the potentials, to get cracking, or, I should just go on, rest my neck somewhere and just let that go. You know what I mean? If it's garbage, tell me it's garbage so I don't embarrass myself, right? But anyway, like I said, follow me. I'm going to follow you. You know what I mean? I just set up a YouTube channel. So once I get that all the way up, I want to read, share some more talent with y'all, whatever the case might be. And I'm going to ask all y'all to push over there so we can do some grown man shit over there on YouTube, right? But anyway, follow me. I follow you. And God bless. Today is Saturday. Like I said, October the 12th, got to getting ready for the new year, man. Right around the corner. I ain't seen the new year out like 33 years, I ain't, so I'm grace to God I'll be able to see 2025 out here on the streets, right? But anyway, God bless one more time. I'm gonna keep saying God bless because I'm blessed. And y'all take care, stay safe out there, right? Peace.